Hello people, I have to talk about keyboard shortcuts. I use the latest build of Blender from 17th of January. Now, first of all, I will show you, because I created my custom keyboard presets, what you can do. The easiest way to copy them, because I save them into Python file. You can copy them straight away to your catalog. Blender 2.8 beta keyboard presets. I will go to my program catalog to show you. This is my program. You go there, 2.80. You go to scripts, presets, key config. You first copy to key config, then you copy to keymap data. Now I will talk about one of them, shortcut keyboard. Task 7, but I will switch to Autodesk Maya update 5. Okay, let's get back to shortcuts. I have to copy Shift D for creating backup, Shift and left mouse button, and double click deselecting second object. Now we have to another operation, lock to 3D cursor when you use mouse. Second lock to 3D cursor by clicking right mouse button. You have this option. You can activate by clicking here. When you press N, side panel comes up. Double E for rotation, R scale. T is for hiding this. Q is for transform. Q. W is for moving. Alt left mouse button rotation view. Alt middle mouse button moving 3D viewport. Alt and right mouse button. You press Alt on your left keyboard, but you can even use Alt button if you are right-handed. If you are left-handed, you can use Alt on your left side and left mouse button, Alt on right side and left mouse button to rotate. Zoom, Alt right mouse button. Now, what I wanted to mention, in edit mode, Ctrl R for edge loops, Ctrl R, Ctrl R, Ctrl R. Now, when you double click left mouse button, you select and deselect. You can even deselect edge when you left click somewhere else. Now let's check edge loop. Shift and double click. Shift and double click, you have edge loop with extended selection as well. Ctrl R. Now let's talk about, wait a minute, I have to create another polygon. Let's talk about edge ring loop. Shift Ctrl, edge ring loop. Shift Ctrl. Okay. Oh, I forgotten to mention. When you press Ctrl and left mouse button, you have lasso selection with growth selection option. Shift Q, wait a minute, C button, and when you move middle mouse button, you can resize this and decrease and increase size of this. Right mouse button, it causes disappear. It causes to disappear this. When you press button C, you will have selection, paint selection. You can quickly paint polygons. When you use roller button on your mouse, this middle mouse button, you don't press, but you, how to say in English, you scroll by your finger up and down, so it changes size. Okay, what else? UV image editor, but later on I will get back to this. Control V for vertex, Control V. I also assigned shortcut keyboards for different operation delete. When you press X, a command which relates to polygons. Instead of backspace, I assigned X back in Blender 2.79 because in Blender 2.80 X was by default, but I changed it in Blender 2.79 because Blender 2.79 was using backspace. Control F for face operations. Control E for edges. What else? Let me to think because I wanted to mention. What I cannot forget because this is important. What I wanted to mention, I have to remind because it is important. I cannot really forget. You can also use the right mouse button to lock to 3D cursor. When you can also use Shift S to make pie menu to come up. Cursor to selected. Shift S, cursor to selected. So even your cursor and gizmo will assign. But give me a few seconds because I really need to remind what I wanted to mention. This is important. Why I forgotten what I wanted to mention. What? Different keyboard presets. Oh yes, I forgotten. Shift and left mouse button for selecting polygons like this. Shift and dot for drawing selection. You don't have to find a different key to deselect. What I did, select none, I assigned keyboard shortcut by doing this. Add, no, I don't change, but you can assign. Box select, I forgot to mention, by using B. But it shows you as well. Oh no, I will have to change something. Alt X when you extrude the polygons. Alt X. But why this shows me like this? Aha, okay. Alt E is for something different. Extrude faces. Alt X was by default. Oh yes, I reminded. Sorry. I wanted to talk. View selected when you press F button. It should be called different. View selected. Why they call this frame selected? So you can use this to quickly navigate. Let's get back to UV edition. A for selecting everything. When you double click A button, it will select all and deselect all. Now let's talk about shortcuts in UV image editor. Shift and middle mouse button for moving 3D view. Shift and wait a minute. What was the zoom? What was zoom for this? Wheel in, wheel out. You also use Control and left mouse button for lasso selection drawing because I used this, and also W for moving your UV map, E for rotation, R for scaling. I did not assign transform. What is shortcut keyboard for this? I will have to assign. If you want to assign, assign shortcut T. Now let's check if this shortcut will work. Select box, W, T. T has been assigned successful. Okay, now go to preferences and I have to export. Yes, I have to overwrite my preset. First I will save preferences. It changed a lot, my dear people. Export. You have to select all key maps. They are included in my catalog. Blender 2.80 beta keyboard presets. I'm going to upload the PDF portable format document for you with shortcut keyboards included in PDF file. Let's overwrite this. I will overwrite this file. This has been overwritten. What I can overwrite? Autodesk Maya 2018. Export. Maya interaction keyboard layout. Export. Task 7. I will overwrite. So I know exactly what files have been overwritten. Don't import like this, because what I did, I delete all the shortcut keyboard and I copied again. You have to empty that folder if you want your shortcut keyboards to work without any problems. The best way to copy them back is to go again to that folder. You have to delete them again, and you can copy them again, so everything will be working without any issue. Don't use import. Maybe in this version option import should work, but I did in my way. I don't know if you import it would work. It will probably work, but I did by doing on my way. I copied the files instead, so they are kept in that catalog. Okay, dear people. Let's get back to shortcut keyboards related to curve and lock keys, because by default lock keys didn't have shortcut keyboards assigned. What I could do? Doesn't matter. We got curve. This wasn't working in 3D viewport, so now you can select by left mouse. You can also use your W, E for rotation, R for scaling, W. It works now. Even lasso selection for curve is working. So don't worry, people. This would work. Now let's talk about lock keys, because for curve, for polygon, for lock keys you have to create separate shortcut keyboards for curve, for polygons, for lock keys object. It will work exactly the same. Edit, so you select left mouse button and shift points, W for your gizmo object, R for scaling, scale works without any problems, E for rotation, it will work as well, transform will work as well, because I assigned already shortcut keyboards. If you do on your own, remember, you have to assign separate keyboard presets for those items. And last thing, we will draw our curve, because I have to talk about this. Add curve path. Okay. curve, you can also use a W for moving, R for scaling, E for rotation, and Shift for selecting everything. Let's go to back view, viewpoint, front, back. Oh, I should really use front. You can also use last selection, but for extruding curve, use Alt X. Alt X, because I assigned shortcut keyboards for this. Alt X, exactly like in polygon object. Alt X. Viewpoint. Perspective. No, not camera. Where is option I can switch to perspective view? And even frame selected works as well. Let's check this option and lock to 3D cursor. Shift S I will go cursor to selected. You can also deselect by left mouse button, but you have to configure shortcut keyboards for lattice, for curve, so you can easily deselect. Okay, did I cover everything? So you can select. Oh, as well, I did the same with outliner, so you can press Shift, so you will select everything. By holding left mouse button, you can drag on another object to parent. I forgotten to mention, sorry, about another shortcut keyboard. Shift P is for parenting, P to clear parent. I also assigned that for you. Lots of changes I made, so you will be able to work like in Autodesk Maya. I hope you like this video. If I didn't cover everything, you can let me know. Bye.